All right, we are live. Good evening from here. You're welcome to Opinion Sharers. My name is Paul, and we are still talking about issues concerning latest development in political arena in Nigeria, and the amount of opposition that the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi is facing in his home. In his region, that is the southeast, both the southeast and the south-south. I don't know if you are familiar with the trend. The former governor I mean, the former governor of Central Bank, the present governor of Anambra, Professor Soludo, was trending last week. No, it wasn't last week. It was early this week, where he wrote a piece, calling out Obi and, even though he said Obi is his brother, but he seemed to consider him as being desperate, as he was saying that Obi cannot win and will not win. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. Other opinions are welcome. So while we wait for people to join us, can we quickly take a few minutes to share? Let's go share, especially if you're on Facebook, please help us share. Share. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So I'm going to go grab the link now to share. Coming. I just saw Showere's post now saying, also calling out Peter Obi, saying Peter Obi is the lying machine.
Already online. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. So anyway, you're welcome to Opinion Sharers once again. We're going to be talking about the Labour Party presidential candidate. That is former Governor Peter Obi. Focusing on the opposition that he is facing from home, and so that's why I've tagged it "homegrown opposition." There has been he has been calling him out, consistently, not even this week. And then I think the major bump came from Soludo, and then the Edo State governor also. Initially, a little bit of background. People were saying, that Obi cannot get traction. He cannot gain much traction. That the earlier noise in May, June, July was just limited to the internet, and then that these people will quiet out, gradually. But we have seen that move, the obedient move from making noise on Twitter, on social media. They've actually gone to the street. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. And I'm going to be asking, first of all, that we introduce ourselves briefly, even though these are regular faces. But then, for the sake of people who might not be familiar with our guests tonight, um, Dr. Bolu, please introduce
Thank,
yourself.
thank you. It's good to be here again. I am the village boy.
Okay, listen.
Hi, friends. Welcome to the show again. I'm Citizen Oluwatosi.
All right, thank you. You're welcome. So we will start with Dr. Bolu. What's your perception of the kind of opposition that Peter Obi is facing from his home? When I say home, I mean the south, or the south and southeast.
When we talk about opposition, I think I want us to put in the perspective because there are two aspects to this. Most of the thing we have the political elites, who are more vocal, who are the one that we hear their voices. They are the one that have come out to say, okay, this is this and this. Earlier on, you remember I've said that we know the trajectory of uh, Peter Obi, originally in ABGA, they moved to PDP, and few weeks to the primary election in PDP, seeing the handwriting, and just look for any vehicle available and jump into the bandwagon. So we will not know whether he did his own work, his own background, uh, of eliciting the support of the political elite as at that moment. I hope it's not a case of maybe he got carried away by the accolade on the blog sphere on the Twitter street and did not do his own work to appeal to the political elite. So if he did that, then that was a very serious oversight, because we do know, like I said last year, I concluded last week, those who know don't care, those who care don't know. So generally most of the eastern southeast are I mean, the political elites, most of them are moved from. They all started with Abga because that was what was appealing to the southeast, ab initio, and because of what happened to again, unfortunately, it was Obi that was even the example where we had majority of PDP in the state assembly, and we knew what happened to him then. So many of the strong political guys in the southeast have moved to PDP. And I remember there was a video of a man that time that was really very angry that what Obi did was not good. He was going to split Atiku vote and everything. So the guy was even speaking more for Atiku than for Obi. So I think it's not so much of a surprise from the political elite. Now, what we have to interrogate is that, okay, this opposition, does it get to the grassroots? And why did I ask this? We do know from what we have seen, Obi himself is not a grassroots person. And that itself is a concern. It's a serious concern for anybody who understands the politics of Nigeria. So, for political elites, I will still say 24 hours is a long time in politics. But if they are more of PDP who are used to sharing and with this no shishi toga on on Obi, I don't think he's not going to be a beautiful bride to them. Nobody want to associate with a Fosty Caradite. So so that I think that might, I'm sorry for pardon my language. So so if you can say that as of today, over 60% of political elite in the Southeast are PDP. And these people, they are not people that you are going to appeal, you bring a altruistic message of sacrifice to them. No, it's not going to work. Those guys are mainly cash and carry. That's the language they know. So Or somebody say we are saying, I'm already saying rubbish. Okay, thank you. I guess you don't understand politics. Go back to school and learn politics. Yeah, that is it. So the political elite may not support him because one, he did not actually reach out to them the way he should have, and two, his no shishi something may not be appealing to them. That's my humble opinion.
All right, sir. Thank you. I would employ I Popo. I hope I'm pronouncing your name very well. So please refrain from saying from using such foul language. It is wrong for you. You can have your opinion, and everybody has their own opinion. So it's opinion sharers, and I believe that you don't have to say anybody is saying rubbish, where you can actually make a point. You know, that's one major thing that a lot of people have against majority of people who call themselves obedient online. So you don't have to insult people to make your point. Anyway, Tosin, were you surprised that the political actors in the southeast and south were you surprised that they are going to be coming? It's okay if they are not talking. There are a lot of people who are big players in Yoruba land who will not support Tinubu, but they may not come to TV or go to Twitter and be writing long tweets against him. Like maybe a few people like Pa Ayo Adesanya and a few others who are in Afenifere who are strongly come against Tinubu. Anyway, the question is: were you surprised that these people are not? They are not a fan of Obi?
Um, if I was surprised, I'm not surprised. They are politicians, and for politics and for politicians, their self-interest come first. So I'm not surprised with that. They don't belong to the same political party too, and of course, uh, the Governor Soludo, he has someone from his own political party, ABGA also, that is running for the presidency. So he might not actually come out to support Obi. And even in his letter, he never even supported the person that is running to become president under his own party, which is the ABGA. In his letter, he had talked more in support of the PDP and all. These people are politicians, self-centered people that only think about what interests them, only want to hear their own pockets, their own interests. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Another thing is we must also understand that he has an ambition also. If you read the letter very well, there's some undertone to it, and some gist on the streets have said that he has ambition also, and he's seen Obi as an obstacle for him to achieve his own ambition, his own presidential ambition. Also, some gist on the streets have this, and they are saying that that is why he's talking in support of Atiku, because Atiku has promised the Southeast that if they will allow him, he's the only one that can make presidency come to the Southeast. So I'm not surprised. They don't belong to the same political party too. But as another thought, I am surprised that someone from your own state, a former colleague thereabout, former governor, you in the same week that you make a comment on him on Channels TV, and there was some uprising from his supporters. The same week you go write an episode about him and even title it part one. So there is more to come. For what now? Is it for Dudu or for beans? For what? What does the governor stand to gain in all this? What does it stand to gain in all this? That is my own question. What is the aim? What does it stand to gain? And I've said before that he has ambition too, so he must stand to gain that. But something came to mind earlier today, even before I saw the topic, that the Easterners, the Igbos, if they miss this chance, it has never been this glaring. If they miss this chance, but then they should not cry of marginalization and all, because they have a good shot now. And it will just be surprising that the whole people are not supporting. By the way, it's not only Governor Charles Solido. The former governor of Abia State have said something close to that before too. Kanu, the former Abia State governor, have said something close to that also. There are all Kanu, yes, sir. Yes, sir. All those are Kanu. Yes, sir. So it is not surprising. Like you have rightly said, we have some other guys that those who support the presidency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but they will not come out to say it. Even some days ago, Ayo Fayoshe was on Channels TV, and even with the pestering of Sheon Okebaloye to make him say something, he said no, he will not come publicly to make comments about in objecting Tinubu. If at all he will not do that. That those times are past. So I don't see any gain. Soludo we have in all this is outcry.
Okay, Village Boy. If you look at the point that OBJJ is making from the comment section here, he said he was kind of painting a point that the Easterners don't listen to the political elites. Okay. Now the question is this: Do you think they would be able to influence the vote? Or
well, let me quickly respond to two issues that earlier on. You were mentioning the name Ayo Adesanya. I think that was a mistake there. Ayo Adesanya is an actress. If you are thinking of Abraham Adesanya, is late, so it's no longer the late leader of Afenifere. I just want to clear that we don't give wrong information to the public.
Did I mention their name?
You say Ayo Adesanya, yes, you mentioned Ayo Adesanya. Who is an actress? There was an Abraham Adesanya who is late, who used to lead
Sorry, I wanted to mention this Adebanjo.
Okay, you mentioned okay, it's okay. I need to correct. Now,
thank you. I meant Pa Adebanjo.
Okay, let me quickly respond to Tosi and both of you. The truth is that there are a lot of political elite in Yoruba land that have come openly to criticize Tinubu. That is to say that they are not criticizing, that is not true. In fact, most of the criticism of Tinubu is even coming from the Yoruba side. And I've always said on this platform, when we talk of democracy, the nitty-gritty is about choice. You see, and for me, I don't believe in hard mentality. I don't believe I have to support it because we share the same surname or we are from the same state. So, and when you begin to talk about Soludo as having an ambition, that look to me like a street argument. I don't subscribe to such an argument. They are too pedestrian for me. Anybody can have an ambition, but you see the city governor, and everybody has a choice of who to support. And I think he was fairly bold enough to say, okay, this is my opinion. And he said he has even told him about that. There's something that is fundamental. I've also said this. One, apart from that, Labour Party is a strange bedfellow. There are still I don't see the kind of cohesion in the campaign of Obi that will actually win him. And if he wins, like I keep on saying, I even foresee a problem of being able to succeed as we expect him to do. Because as of today, I'm not aware whether Labour Party will be able to win any gubernatorial seat anywhere. And if he wins presidency and there's no governor from his party, maybe there is no senator from his party and there is no House of Rep from his party. That is going to be a big problem. We should, when we are, I mean, the old Bible says, when you are crying, you should still be able to see. Now, back to your question about, I forgot the question again, sir. Can you?
Okay. The question is about I mean, this guy OBJJ in the comment
Okay,
section
okay.
saying that
They don't
that
listen to the political elites.
yes.
Well, as a scholar, I will not take that. I want to take that on the surface of it. I don't have concrete evidence to prove that. Maybe I reach out to my scholars, colleagues who might be based on the ground, because we do know on the day of elections, these are things that are documented are also be observed. The electorate, some electorate go to the ward leader, head ward, and they ask them, who should we vote for on the day of election? And all these ward leader are controlled by the political elite. Those things that you see, okay, it's talking about working out and all that, fine. These people have a way of fixing it. But if it is true, for once, if these people want to say, okay, hey, political elite, sorry, we want to exercise our choice this time around, it is a good thing for democracy. But again, if movement is what it should be, they should also know that winning presidency is a job half done. The democracy of Nigeria is standing on a tripod, and tripod has 3 legs. If one leg is strong and the other 2 are not strong, that tripod will not stand. So if they really want to do this work, which I don't know how they will do it because the month is almost, the day of election is almost here. They have to do more than they are doing now. I think they focus more, or they focus only, actually not more. They focus now only on the presidency. And that itself is not sufficient to get the kind of change in governance that we expect Obi presidency to achieve. It will not be able to do this. Okay, Obi, you are in the East very well. Can you tell me that a Labour Party will win 2 states in the East? If you can guarantee that a Labour Party will win 2 states in the East, fine, I will say you are doing a good job. If you can tell me out of the 12 senators, 15 senators that will come from the Southeast, if Labour Party can get 5, then I will say you are doing a very good job. And if you can also get a sizable number of House of Rep in the party that the president is contested as a president, then you are now building a solid foundation for Obi to be able to rule. But if all these things are absent, even if Obi wins the presidency, and there's no Labour Party governor, and there's no Labour Party senator, and there's no Labour Party House of Rep, there is going to be a big problem. Then the issue is, I would say this, Nigerian politics as is today, I mean, political elites, they have a weapon which they use, and we should not be oblivious of this weapon. They have weaponized poverty. And I have said it from study, from observation, 70% of the vote come from the grassroots, from the people that 5,000 can easily appeal to them. This is the reality of the country. We don't wish it to be so, but that is the reality we face. And if you are fighting a battle, you don't undermine the weapon of your enemy. If you do, you do at your own risk. Yeah, there is the anger. I know the anger of the youth. There is the anger of the youth that they don't want these people to continue. Not that it's not as if Obi is part of them, of the rotten elite. It's just like we are saying, okay, this is one is at least, this is more honorable. It's like more honorable among the thieves. the most honorable. We are just picking, but that is another issue altogether. So what we are saying now, beyond the anger, there are those that are fundamental voters in every ward. Who all this we are talking on social media, all this, they don't appeal to them because they follow established order. How are you able to penetrate that order? How are you able to, to change the narratives for them? How do you convince them not to listen? If you look at the people that are working out now, probably they are the youth. And the youth today, maybe only 20 or 30% of them will vote. The real voter, the real come rain, come sunshine, voters, they are controlled by the political elite. I stand to be proved wrong in this. The 60% of voters that you know that this guy, they will come out no matter what. Who controls them? Who controls their mindset? Many of these guys don't come to social media. Many of these guys don't watch a program like this. But they are the most reliable voters. The only thing that can change is on the day of election, if people like Obi, JJ will come out and vote and not be playing football, or will not be listening to Sheo Kimbaloyi on analysis on the TV, or will not be fighting themselves over which who wins UEFA Cup, who does not win UEFA Cup. This is the thing with our youth. They avoid their energy to on election day. And I'm not accusing them. This is a reality. I have the bonus to say this because from 1983 till I left Nigeria, there was no election I did not vote. I can beat my chest to that. Either my candidate won or did not win, that does not bother me. It is on record, and my conscience, I can testify everywhere that from 1983 that I was eligible to vote till I left Nigeria, no election that I did not vote.
All right, sir. Thank you. Tosin, looking at money politics in Nigeria. Okay, recently there was a I think a gathering of the Labour Party in the East, and after that, I learned that after the gathering there was a video, short video circulating on the social media that Obi people were also sharing money. Okay, meanwhile, Obi already has a slogan that they give shishi. Do you understand? Now, looking at the fact that we all know that politics of money is what we practice in Nigeria, and the poverty has been weaponized, all right, against the people, against the electorates. Now, and I want to paint another scenario, and you can call me the devil's advocate here. Looking at okay. So looking at these political elites, whom the major money to share, to encourage people to vote is in their pocket or is in their hands. So do you think they are still irrelevant in this election, especially in Southeast and South?
Okay, from the first one, after the obedience rally, there were videos of them sharing money. I don't know how true that video is. I've seen Dino like sharing some of those videos. I don't know how true they are. I've only seen from him. And so that does not hold anything as an opposition. So he can do anything to discredit the effort of his opponent. Another thing we must understand is this. The money, even if money was shared there, was it Obi that gave the money to be shared there, or the people among themselves in their own fellowship are sharing money among themselves? We must understand that the obedience movement we are talking of today emancipates from the NSAS movement. And these are people that are known for sharing things among themselves. So during the EndSARS, when they were sharing food among themselves, can we among that to also political money being shared after rallies? No. So most of these rallies, it is not even the Labour Party that is organizing them. Most of these rallies is not even Obi, Peter Obi, that is organizing them. It is just hungry Nigerians that are fed up with the existing protocols, the existing political elites, hungry youths that want to take their country back. And that is why if we keep analyzing or talking about the coming election, with the experience we have had in the past elections, we will not be doing justice in our analysis. Because what the youths have put out, the kind of energy they have put in place in the last few months, it has been tremendous. And if we want to look away from that, then we will not be doing justice to our analysis. Before now, people are not usually concerned about politics because they have had a lot of things. Politics is dirty. Politics is not good. And if you go out to vote, they will do this to you. They will do that to you. We cannot deny the fact that every election year, the number of people that come out to vote is usually half of the number of people that has PVC. Even the number of people that come out to be accredited on election day, we don't get that number to come back to vote in the actual vote. So we must understand all this, and we must understand that our people are more poorer now than they were before. So let the political elites that has money to share and all that, let them share their money to their grassroots and what have you. And let the angry youth that has PVC before, but do not go out to vote and are discussing football and discussing BBN, Big Brother Nigeria, discussing European football and all that. Let them also go out and show their hunger on election day. This coming election, if we think it is business as usual, then we will be disappointed in the coming election, because the effort of youth going out to get their PVC, going out, showing up at rallies, their effort will not be put in vain. Just like the anthem, the labor of our heroes shall not be put in vain. Their effort will not be in vain in the coming election. People are more determined now than they were before. People have seen that especially during the lockdown, they have seen that in other parts of the world, people enjoy good governance than they are enjoying in Nigeria. They have seen during the lockdown, during the palliative hoarding of politicians, how they were keeping indomies and spaghetti away from them, and semolina away from them. So the anger is more now than ever before. The awareness is more now than ever before. And I don't think it will be business as usual. At the same time, I love the energy of everyone out there mobilizing, influencing, talking to the consciousness of the youth that this is your country, take it back from these political elites. So if political elites, they have money to share, and that is not me disputing that politics have to do with money, because in every polling unit, you need party agents on election day. So money is still, even Obi, with the fact that he doesn't want to share shishi, you also understand that he have to spend money, and that's why he's making fundraising and all. So it will not be business as usual, or a walk in the park for political elite like they used to have it before, and just pay some people and it is off. The only thing also we must do, I like OBJJ there in the comment section. is on ground in Nigeria. Thank you very much. Another thing you can do for us, please, OBJJ, is continually and continuous mobilization of voters in the grassroots. And also, if you have access to Labour Party, don't just talk to them, appear in Labour Party also. Every youth that is participating in politics now because of Obi must also take a step forward to belonging to the Labour Party so that they can steal their political game. Because as we have it now, there should be a kind of organization at the grassroots to mobilize, especially party agents on election day. And if they are not looking into this, it will affect them.
All right, Austin, thank you. Village Boy, still on money politics in the Southeast or in Nigeria generally, but we are looking at the Southeast now and the South as a case study with regards to former Governor Peter Obi, who is contesting under the flagship of Labour Party. Now, look at these big names, okay? Soludo, Obaseki, Nnamani, Dave Umahi, and many others who are big wigs, who are big players. State money, they have access to state money and power. How much influence do you think these people will have, that could truncate or limit the influence of Peter Obi in the Southeast?
Well, the truth is that we have a choice to deny the inevitable. We can live in denial. We can also live in accepting the reality so that we can see, okay, how do we strategize possibly to change the narratives? The truth today is like, as if the election is held in Nigeria today, you cannot eliminate the influence of money. Now, to say it bluntly, you cannot completely eradicate vote buying yet. We wish we could, but we cannot yet. And the reason is very simple. The poverty is excruciating. And as a Yoruba proverb that say that the one that is hungry doesn't hear sermon. Let me use an example, for instance, like what does it say? Yes, you need polling agent on the election day. If you bring two people together, somebody together, okay, come and be polling agent for Labour Party, we'll give you 3,000. No, because we are frugal. And somebody say, oh, you are Labour Party agent. Look, take additional 15,000. Whatever you see, close your eyes. How many people? There will be people who say no. I'm not saying there will be no one. But if you put 4 people together, 3 people will not say no. And this is an issue because when I've said it earlier, I say the Nigerian government, the Nigerian political elite, they have weaponized poverty. We undermine the influence of this. And if we undermine this, we cannot strategize to combat it. So their responsibility to appeal to people, okay, take their money, vote your conscience. Again, I've said there's no conscience in politics. No conscience at all. So, and people now, do you know when this started? What did the political elites do? They say, okay, go and vote, show evidence that you vote for us, then we pay you. So they also they decide counter strategy when that slogan was going on. So the truth is that people are strategizing either in the wrong way or in the right way. This is a fight. If you want to fight it, this is a fight that you cannot give yourself to victory until the victory is won. And you should know that whatever plan you are doing, there will be counter insurgency. I mean that the counter strategy against you. I think the obedient movement, I will employ them respectfully, saying that they should invest more in knowledge and in tactics. Anger doesn't solve no problem. Yes, you can have determination to change things, but before you can change things, actually, you must have knowledge of what it is you want to change. You must have tactics. I don't think, to me, from all I've seen, they are not tactical, they are not strategical. These are the things you need, because this guy, they are like, when you are fighting veterans, these are old war horses, using that analogy. You can't come with as a cricket and you say you want to upstate them just like that. You have to be tactical. You have to be strategic. Many of these guys are just rely on anger, and they talk, in such a manner that even people who may be neutral, we ask, okay, what is, can this guy, are they better replacement? When you take the movement, you take Obi outside the movement, what you see is not something that is encouraging. It's not people that understand the nitty-gritty of governance. People are just supporting because Obi came out, okay, that is bringing some hope. But then, if you are a good coach and they give you wrong players, people playing with two left legs, and some people playing with two right legs, if you understand what that means, they are not going to get you to the desired goals, because they won't play. There's no tactics you can use for them. There is a lot of work to be done. What all this crowd you are seeing, you are just scratching the issue. JJ is also raising the issue of Biafra struggle. Who will say, okay, they won't allow people to go and vote. If they don't allow people to go and vote on election, then what happens? Only those who are who want to risk their life. Do you somebody who has want to risk his life?
I think what he is saying is that perhaps the IPOB members are being converted to obedient.
Well, if they can successfully do that, fine.
That's what I think he is insinuating.
Okay, if they are doing that, then maybe we can see. The truth is that I keep on saying the people at the grassroots, they are the most reliable voters. You can take this information to the bank. These people, you can count that they will vote no matter the condition. How many of these grassroots people will say no to 10,000 naira? Let's think about it. I may be wrong, but let's think about it. Or is Labour Party ready to also dole out money? And if they do, they will use it to blackmail them.
Okay.
Money influence is not going away very soon in Nigeria politics. You can quote me on that.
Yeah. Okay. Tosin. I don't know if you have seen Professor Mogalu's latest outing, where he was talking about, I think he tweeted saying that Tinubu will probably win majority in Lagos, will win majority in Kano, and that Peter Obi will win majority in Rivers State. The question that I want to ask you is, do you think there is possibility that the current Rivers State governor is swinging his support towards Obi, since he seemed to he won't support his party's candidate?
Yeah, As they paint them, they sweet us. Recently, Wiki is a delight to for some comic relief. You need to watch him. And he has these special bands that I think they belong to him and him only. Now they know when to come in. When he talks, they know when to come in. uh, if it is according to the last outing they had together, I think Wiki is going for Obi. According to the last outing, I think yesterday, Obi was there to commission some projects. And I think Wiki is going for him. He had said he brought the market people, the traders, to welcome Obi because he knows Obi is a trader. He had said anytime Obi wants to come to the States to campaign, he will support him with logistics and all. In response to, Obi have said they are going to leave state for him, and they are just sharing some. They are sharing. We leave the state for you. Can you come and federal for us? So in all this, I think is going with the is an obedient. To say this, we know he's an obedient. So okay, and obedient also is saying that we can don't turn obedient a beg. So he's going for, and that is a good plus for Peter Obi, by the way. That's a huge one for him. That will help. Every Ogamogalu that is saying one person will win this, one person will win that, he should just join the moving train. You see, there's no small politician. Where is Fela Drotoye? I was seeing my hot post 1 year ago or some years ago on Facebook today. I saw him in the last election that I posted him doing some medical outreach. Where is he today? Where is Mogalu today? They should support someone that they see that is about moving the country to the right direction. At least someone that is young and sharp like them, like themselves. Because if eventually Obi is enjoying all the support is enjoying now, and eventually use that support to ride to victory, now it's not only a victory for Obi, but it's a victory for every young Nigerian politicians that have tried but lule. That will be an encouragement and motivation for them that they can actually make something happen. Not for only them, even for those of us that are aspiring. That will be a motivation for us too. So him saying one person will win here, another person will win there. Let nobody predict anything yet. One person will win here. Did he also make the prediction in 2019 when he was running? And what was his prediction that time?
No, Dustin, actually what he said was that these three people have possibility of winning majority in these major states where a lot of votes come from. But eventually, at the end of the day, he said it is nobody can actually say who will win as at now. That's what he ended up saying.
Okay, so in the coming election, nobody can predict anybody that is going to win yet. I'm saying that I've said that before, and there's an emphasis that needs to be laid on it again. That every electoral year, we have more people not coming out to vote than we have those that are outside to vote. And things are since changed now. And the readiness, the eagerness is in everyone. We cannot deny the fact, except we will not be just, we cannot deny the fact that the level of our political awareness in our people now is different to what we have in 2019. And that will play a major part in the coming election.
Okay, thank you, Tosin. Village boy, we will soon be going. We will soon close. We spent nearly 50 minutes, but still staying with Governor Wike. Governor Wike seems to have become what in US what they call swing state. Okay, so which means you don't know where he's swinging to. you know, uh, Governor Wike has been welcoming a lot of APC chieftains recently. He has been seen with them, having some secret and open meetings, just as he's also declaring subtle support for Obi. And we know that Rivers has one of the, is a major player in that region when it comes to voters. And we know that even when it comes to money also, Wike is a big spender. Who do you foresee him supporting if he is going to remain, an opposition to PDP?
You see, there are realities that I don't know, maybe because of I don't know, of experience or age that we don't seem to understand this thing. I recorded it in my book, Thoughts of a Village Boy, that as a young person, when I was in the north, I was living in the north. Any presidential candidate that would come to the town where I was there. I visited all the campaign, I attended all the campaign rally. And if people are going to be counting people who are supporters of party, I'll be counted in all the political rallies, right? But I knew I only had one vote. Now, when you are talking of weak influence, and somebody is trying to debunk that in the South, Southeast, they are doing away with political elite influence, I see a contradiction here. If we think UK can deliver state because it's a political elite, but the other states, because the people don't listen to their political elite, they only listen to Wike Port Harcourt, right? It's only political elite that the grassroots will not listen to. I think there's I see a kind of contradiction here. And there's a kind of thing that we see. Um, Politics is not by emotion. And politics, I've been telling Tosin, you can't tell me who to support. You can try to persuade me, but you can't tell me that this is the person I should support. You are encroaching on my right of choice. You can't tell Mwagalu to go and support to be. If he doesn't want to, he has the right not to. So, and this OBJJ that is talking about Anambra State, I know Anambra State. I've been on ground for Anambra State. I've trained across Anambra State. Yes, if you say in every 100 there is a 1 millionaire, does that mean the money circulating around? There are people in Anambra State today who is not sure of the next meal, and they might be the majority. So you can't say that money politics does not affect the Easterner. That is not the truth. That is not the scholastic evidence, the scholarly evidence rather, on the ground. Yes, there are so many millionaires in Anambra, but we also know that like they focus on themselves and their family alone. It's not a community effort. The millionaires don't do anything deliberately to elevate poverty among the poor. The poor live on his own. That is why today, why do we see how people fighting over land? Amuleri, Guleri, I think it's in Anambra State too. They are still fighting over land to cultivate farm. So these are not evidence-based statements. I am a researcher. I base my comment on evidence that can be verified. So there are people today in Anambra State that when you give them 5,000, they can still jump because they've not seen that kind of money for months. This is the reality on the ground. Why are we denying this? Yes, there are so many millionaires there, but the millionaires, what do they do with their money? What do they do? Do they look at the poor in their neighborhood? Their neighborhood? and give them food? No, they don't. Our politicians know this. They wait till the election period, they bring rice, they bring food truck to these poor people. They are not targeting millionaires. That's the reality. But the people can decide for them by themselves, okay, we want a change. But I'm saying, even the change we are looking for, if we are only focusing on the presidency alone, there is still going to be a big problem. We still have the governors to contend with, we still have the assemblymen to contend. We will have the federal civil service to contend with. Let us not look this. If Obi win today, he may not be the messiah, because if he doesn't have this support from all these other arms of government, he cannot go far. There is so much a person can do. How much headache can Obi himself have? Even the governorship forum, the governors forum today, they have become a very powerful bloc. The Amtus president, even as hard as Obasanjo was, the Amtus told him he released money from the what they call it, SS account, Crow account. They said to bring this money, share it, and there was nothing he could do. Now imagine
they are strong, given Buhari.
imagine an Obi president with no Labour Party governor. Do you think because people love Obi, the PDP governors, the APC governor, and whatever other governor, they will now say, okay, since everybody is supporting you, we will support you. There is what we call party loyalty. These are the knowledge these young people should do. Go to your state, win your state for Labour Party at the governorship election. If you really mean business, if you know you really want to subdue Obi movement, if you want to show that yes, you want to move Nigeria forward, go to your state, go to your local government, make sure that Labour Party wins at least 25% there. So the reality, I'm speaking to reality, is not yet to Uhuru. I don't even want, for me, if Obi comes in a situation that is so frustrated, the same ones who are calling him a good person now will start abusing him or calling him bad names. But he cannot do this thing. Labour Party is not even a strong party itself. Even what the Labour Party is enjoying is the visibility that Obi movement is giving them. Many of them in the Labour Party may not even support the movement. So this is the reality. See, for me, we need to put on our thinking caps. I appreciate the movement. I appreciate the tsunami of the Obi movement, but it is not yet Uhuru. It's not yet Uhuru. For me, I would rather. What is going on here, Paul? Somebody is hacking us from YouTube.
It's just a message.
No.
Okay.
No, so, continue. This person is just.
We should be mindful that we have a big issue in our hands in Nigeria. And I don't want this so-called women they seem to be too carried away. Let them face reality and be able to develop alternative responses to these narratives.
All right, sir. Thank you. Yeah, Tosin, this is going to probably be my last question, and then we will round up. Yeah, and if any one of us still have something to say, then we can say it. But before I go to my question, I want to quickly point out to some of the things that Mr. OBJJ has written here concerning his figures here. I think these figures are bogus, kind of. When you say he said, because I was with some of the Yoruba friends, and 60% of Yorubas are civil servants. Now, lie, that does not exist in Nigeria. Nowhere. nowhere in Nigeria, no state in Nigeria or region in Nigeria where you have 60% of the people who are civil servants. It's not possible. I think you should check your figures very well. It is not. It's not. It's not true. Even in the north, where a lot of people are dependent on government, they don't have such. You cannot say the labor force is 60% civil servant. I
We
mean,
have up to 5% even.
I don't. I mean, that is contrary to the statistics. It's contrary to facts. Anyway, moving on. Um, Tosin, going forward, do you see Labour Party as taking advantage of the obedient movement to build structure, political structure as a party? From your observations since the beginning of this Obi movement, and it really, I think Obi's movement has been a huge success in the political arena in Nigeria within a short space. But do you think Labour Party I mean, do you think Labour as a party is capitalizing on using them as structure?
Yeah, that is what I was speaking to the other time. That is what I was speaking to the other time. Labour Party and Peter Obi himself, they need to take advantage of the obedience movement to build a structure, to canvass vote, not for only Peter Obi, but for other guys that are running on the platform of Labour Party. That is what I was building up when I said those that are supporting those obedience, they should take it a step further to attend Labour Party party meetings and show up at party meetings and, if possible, belong to the party. The Labour Party itself too, they should, if I see them as taking advantage of the obedience, they are already taking advantage of it. Rallies are popping up in every part of the country without the party themselves spending money. That doesn't happen in other political party. And that is one of the changes we must not be blinded to that is happening in this dispensation. Individuals are sponsoring rallies by themselves, giving money out, giving handouts out, as you have seen in videos, if it is true or no. But those are coming from individual goodwill from individuals, not political party organizing rallies. No. Some rallies are even happening that even the Labour Party in that state don't know about it. So it is a good thing we are seeing. And if we the thought of if Obi get there and it's not doing well, the same people we are attacking, that is the best for our politics. Obi is not a messiah or somebody that will get there and perform magic. The good thing I see about this obedience movement is this. If he gets there and it's not doing well, they will attack him to do well. And that is best for our politics. Unlike what we have seen in especially APC and PDP, that people belong to a political party and their candidate get to power and they are not doing well, these same people will still vote for that guy that is not doing well in office. These same people will still fight for that guy that is not doing well. This carrying party, you said?
For Obi wins, it will happen regardless of who becomes the president. Just like
no, the difference is this. The difference we might not see that in Obi is this. These guys are not card-carrying members of Labour Party. They are just youth,
and that will be a disadvantage.
You said?
I said you said majority of the people that are trying to vote Obi now or elect him as president, they are not card-carrying members of
Labour Party.
Labour Party.
They are just angry youths Majority
And that
of
would,
them is not even
and that would be
majority
a
of them is not
disadvantage for
even that
them, right?
because they, sir.
I said that would be a disadvantage for them.
Majority of them is not even because they wholeheartedly love Obi, but because they have seen that among the people parading themselves to for the job, this is the guy that is most fit. And that is good for our politics. We don't need electorates that will support a bad candidate just because they are from the same political party. And we can tell people who to support and who not to support because some people don't even know what is good for them. It is because we allow people to have their opinion, we allow people to support whoever they want to support in the last election that we are having a Buhari come to power again. We can prevail over people. We can talk to them to change their opinion. If their opinion is going to affect me, affect my family, affect my unborn kids, then I can prevail over their opinion. If their opinion is not good, if their opinion is not good enough for me, some people's opinion were that Buhari should become president because they see his old, his fidgety, and his vice will become president after him. And that does not happen today. So we can prevail over people's opinion. We can impose also. We can continually say what we think is right for all of us. And when they continually hearing it, they will have faith in it. As the Bible says that faith cometh by hearing and hearing of the word of God. So when we continually saying it, they will change. So we can prevail over it because you will not see a old and fidgety man and you say that is your opinion to become the president. And I, suffering from a old and fidgety man already, the president today, we now allow that opinion and say, you have right to your opinion. No, you don't have right to your opinion. That opinion, no.
Have you
You rather
forgotten?
be a dictator, right?
Have you forgotten that we are on the space of opinion sharers?
You want to be a dictator, right?
Yeah, anybody they can share the opinion, but I will try to prevail over that opinion because I know that even that opinion is not good for you or anyone that is sharing such opinion. But as you know, politics is a game of interest. You might have an hidden interest. I will not let your hidden interest or your Diboko Sebe to now affect me that I'm not relying on Diboko Sebe. So we can prevail over people's opinion.
Tosin, what you are saying that you are, do you know that statement you are disrespecting people's ability to think, right? You believe that it's you that can think the best and the role.
No, sir, it is not. It is saying an exemplary of what a disaster we have right now and another one that is about to happen and preventing it to happen.
Okay, it's only you that can see it.
I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one supporting another candidate. There are many other people that are supporting other candidates.
The thing is that, like Dr. Bolu always say, that democracy it doesn't always produce the so-called best candidate, or that there is no even best candidate in democracy. So we can only hope that this guy that we are supporting will win the election. Buhari today that you and I are vilifying, some people still think Buhari has performed the best in so according to them, it's about interest. Huh?
Is that a good opinion also? That Buhari has performed well?
Opinion is opinion as long as it's because it is personal.
It's not absolute. It's not black and white. It's not black and white. If what you think is good, other thing is not good, right?
When it comes to human opinion, human opinion and experiences, there is no bad, no good.
The only thing we ask me is democracy what we really need in Nigeria, which is a different subject matter altogether.
Well, I think democracy is good for us in Nigeria and Africa. It's just that it is evolving. It is evolving gradually. That's what I would say. Because if we go to the feudal states that we used to practice, or the kinship that we used to practice, some of these people becomes like tyrant. They become like tyrants. They are not too different from the military era. Many of the people that are going to be voting in this election now, they did not have experience of the military rule in Nigeria, so they didn't understand it. Even if they are telling them the experience of the military that I have, or people of my generation have or had, is not the same thing as what a village boy, for instance, had. So our experiences and our opinions and feelings of today is based on our personal experiences and knowledge. Anyway, let's begin to round up. I believe we have had a fruitful discussion today. We've been live 1 hour, 10 minutes. So, Tosin, I'm calling Timlane. Timlane couldn't join us today. So is Michael. They have some business, important issues to attend to. So, I believe we have had a good outing today. Tosin, your concluding speech or statement.
I want to encourage everyone out there, especially the youths, that are registered for their PVC already and yet to collect. I want to encourage them to go collect their PVC. INEC has said that everyone that register until October, is it August or October, we get their PVC. So please continually check with INEC to get your PVC. And for those of us that had it before, please be sure of where you kept it so that on election day, you still have it and you can use it. The coming election is not going to be business as usual, and let us see it as such. Let everyone be ready to vote for someone can take care of the country. Someone that can take care of the country, and when you know that person, don't keep it to yourself. Like every one of them that is running now, the 3 top runners or the 4 top runners, for me, I think Obi has what it takes to lead the country. So like I know, let everyone not sit on the fence, talk to your people, talk to your friend, let them know that this person can do the job well. Talk to your apprentice, talk to your mechanic, your market men and women, your teacher that help you have the stuff, your friends, talk to them. Let them see reason to vote right this time around. We have suffered enough. Poverty, hunger, suffering does not know religion, does not know ethnics, does not know party. Kidnappers, robbers will not ask you where you come from or which party you support. They just want to rob you. They want you to suffer because you are not being protected by the government. So now, this time around, 2023, less than 100 days, the power is in your hand to vote right. This power that's in your hand, use it well. Until the next 4 years, or in some case 8 years, before you have such power again. So use it well. Vote for the right candidates. Don't vote for a party that's been in power for almost 8 years now and cannot do anything. Don't vote for a party that has been there before 16 years and they cannot point to things they have done right. Let us try a new guy. There's no angel among us. There's no Messiah elsewhere, but we just want to try something new. And if that something new is not doing well also, we will try another one till we get it right. As we have said rightly, Mr. Paul have said, our politics, our democracy is evolving, and we will be going according to it until we get it right. We can still get it right as a people. We can still get it right as a nation. All hope is not lost. Vote for Peter Obi come 23. God bless you.
Very interesting.
Okay, Tosin, I'm going to be charging. I'm going to send you the bill
for campaign, Abi.
Yeah, bill for campaign.
Like what? Okay, can I go on?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there is, like I said in opinion page of Premium Times some months ago, there's no right candidate. Democracy does not recognize right candidates. It is a strange lexicon in democracy. What democracy recognizes is the majority wins. The one who has majority vote wins. And also, in that article, I also explained that it is not even simple majority. It is weighted majority, because in Nigeria, the rule is that the one that must win must have 25% in at least 2/3 of the state, which translates to 24 states. Any person who is popular, who cannot garner these votes, cannot be the president. But I also want you to, like I said, though we seem to gloss it over here, the Yoruba will say you cannot clap with one hand. As much as Obi presidency might be desirable, there are much work to be done than we are accepting or realizing. The focus is on Obi, which some people might think it is okay, but that simplistic approach will not get others of the wood. My heart wants a Nigeria that runs very well, but my head, which is always correct, tells me that there's more than meet the eyes. So I will advise whatever group you are, sell your candidate in the most civilized manner, persuade people in the most civilized manner. You cannot accuse somebody else for not supporting you simply because the person doesn't want to see it the way you see it. Yes, whatever decision is made is going to affect everybody. So if you slap me and I say it's not paining me, so why is that your headache? So we have a lot of work to do in Nigeria. And also we do know there's nowhere in the world, even in advanced democracy, voters turnout is always an issue for concern. It's not as if that was limited to Nigeria. If you can get 50% voters turnout, that would be a huge success. I think it used to be between 30 and 35% before. If you can get up to 50% this time around, well, we are progressing. Don't expect 100%. It will never happen. It has never happened anywhere. And I don't see where it will happen in Nigeria. 2023, we keep our finger crossed. For me, as a person, the top 4 candidates, they are not the people that Nigeria needs. And I said it with all my chest. We need new and fresh blood, because any of the old order cannot be trusted, because somewhere along the line they will compromise. They know how to do that among themselves. I'm not completely against political elites. Unfortunately, we have handed over, I've documented it in one of my book, is that we have handed over our power to them, and they have used that power to flog us. So they weaponize poverty. They destroy the pillar of society. Our society is not ethically sound. They have glamorized money, and they have weaponized poverty, and those are things that I'm sad about. But I also know the limitation of democracy, that whoever is thrown out, you have to choose among them. So I don't know. There's no right candidate anywhere in the world. So whoever wins, we see how it goes. But for me, 2023 doesn't give me much hope as a Nigerian. I'm sorry to be pessimistic.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It is opinion sharers, and I want to especially appreciate OBJJ, who has been very active in the comment section. He probably contributed as much as the guest tonight. So I want to say thank you very much. Let us continue to engage politically, both in person and online, civilly, like people who are civilized, understanding that everybody is entitled to their opinion. You don't have to insult anybody. And I love how OBJJ has done it. Thank you very much. You can always participate in our show. You can always reach out to us if you want to. If you want to participate, this is my number. So you can. Oh no, no, this is no longer my number. It used to be my number. Let me see if I can quickly edit it to my current number. So in case somebody is interested in participating, you can reach me on WhatsApp, and then we can include it because it's opinion sharers and we welcome other people's opinion. It's a platform where everyone should be able to freely exercise their voice. So please reach out to us if you want to participate in any of our shows. Our topics is not just politics, it ranges to all social issues generally. So thank you very much for today. I believe we have had a very nice outing. Next week, Saturday, we'll be here again, God's willing. So thank you very much for all that have participated. And again, especially Mr. BJJ. Thank you very much from all of us. Bye-bye.